Are you in favor of ending daylight savings times or not? Did you know that a simple clock change twice a year could be wreaking havoc on your gut health? From bloating and constipation to flare ups of IBS and GERD, the hidden cost of daylight savings time go far beyond sleep disruptions. By the end of this video, I am going to make a case for why we should end this daylight savings nonsense once and for all. Hello everyone and welcome back to our channel, Gutsphere. I am Bimal Maharzan, founder and CEO of Gutsphere. At Gutsphere, we are on a mission to make GI care accessible, affordable, and actionable for everyone. As someone who has personally navigated GI challenges, I am passionate about breaking down complex issues like daylight savings time and its hidden impact on gut health. Today, let's talk about how this outdated practice could be harming your digestive system and why it's time to end it for good. Today, I want to dive into a topic that's been on my mind for quite some time, obviously, which is daylight savings time or DST. There has been recently more conversation around ending it. Even President-elect Donald Trump has expressed support for eliminating this long-standing practice. In this video, I will break down why daylight savings time might be doing more harm than good, especially when it comes to our overall well-being and gut health, with a focus on how it affects those suffering from conditions like irritable bowel syndrome, inflammatory bowel disease, and gastroesophageal reflux disease, GERD, constipation, and more. I'll back this up with science-backed evidence and share some personal experiences. And having lived in places like Nepal and India, where daylight savings time wasn't observed, I have seen firsthand that life can be simpler and healthier without this twice yearly disruption. So to understand why daylight savings time has such profound effects on our gut health, we first need to understand what it is and why it exists. Daylight savings time is the practice of setting the clock forward by 1 hour during warmer months to extend evening daylight, and then shifting it back an hour as we head into the cooler months. It was introduced in the parts of the world as a way to save energy, encourage outdoor activity after work, and boost productivity. But as our understanding of our human biology and social systems evolves, we have begun questioning whether these supposed benefits outweigh the cost. Our bodies are governed by an internal clock known as the circadian rhythm. This roughly 24-hour cycle influences virtually every system in our bodies, from sleep patterns and hormone release to digestion and mood. Our circadian clocks are highly sensitive to those changes in light exposure. When we suddenly shift our schedule by even just 1 hour, we are throwing a wrench into this finely tuned system. For example, studies have shown that abrupt clock changes can lead to disruptions in sleep and metabolic processes. It's akin to a mini jet lag that our bodies experience twice a year, and some people need up to 2 weeks to fully adjust. This disruption doesn't just leave us feeling tired, it also has a significant impact on our sleep quality, mental well-being, and digestive health, setting the stage for gut-related challenges that we will dive into shortly. If daylight savings time were permanently scrapped, we wouldn't have to endure this biannual battle against our own biology. One of the most immediate effects people notice after time change is feeling off for a few days or even longer. Studies have found that transitions into and out of DST correlate with an increase in sleep fragmentation and overall reduction in total sleep time. This loss of sleep isn't just inconvenient, it has tangible consequences. Poor sleep quality can lead to impaired concentration, mood swings, and even an increase in traffic accidents in the days following the time shift. From my personal perspective, every time the clocks change, I find myself struggling through a sluggish, irritable week. This experience isn't just about feeling tired, it's also about how these disruptions impact my digestion and gut health. Again, setting the stage for gut related challenges that we are diving into the next. It's an unnecessary energy drain and feels like a waste of productivity and well being, all in the service of a tradition that no longer serves a clear purpose. Now, let's talk about a less discussed but crucial aspect: gut health. Recent research has shown that our gut microbiome, the community of bacteria living in our digestive tract, also follows a circadian rhythm. The diversity and function of these microbes fluctuate throughout the day, influenced by our eating patterns, hormone levels, and sleep wake cycle. When we shift our clocks, we often shift our meal times too. This not only disrupts digestion but also sets off a chain reaction affecting hormonal balance and metabolism. For someone dealing with gastrointestinal issues such as irritable bowel syndrome, IBS, or inflammatory bowel disease like IBD, this sudden change can be particularly triggering. Altered meal times can lead to disrupted digestion, bloating, constipation, or diarrhea. Studies suggest that stable daily routines help maintain a balanced gut microbiome, which can improve GI symptoms and overall health. For example, GERD patients might experience increased acid reflux due to erratic meal times, while IBD patients often report heightened inflammation and discomfort during these disruptions. My own experience confirms this. I have mild GI sensitivities, and whenever daylight savings rolls around, I notice a flare in symptoms, irregular bowel habits, mild cramping, and just a general sense of offness in my digestion. It's frustrating because I spent months establishing a routine that works for my body, only to have it disrupted by an archaic clock change. Disrupting circadian rhythms doesn't only affect our sleep and gut, it can also influence hormones like cortisol, which is a stress hormone, and insulin, blood sugar regulator, potentially affecting our metabolic health. Some research has linked DST-induced clock changes to temporary increases in heart attacks and strokes. While increases are often small, they highlight the fragility of our biological systems and the potential risk of unnecessary time shifts. Historically, daylight saving time was implemented for energy conservation and to optimize daylight hours for agricultural or economic purposes. But modern society operates differently. With artificial lighting, flexible working hours, and shifting social habits, these historical justifications no longer hold as much weight. Countries like India and Nepal, places where I have lived for my significant periods of life, do not observe daylight savings time. This consistency highlights the benefit of living in natural harmony with natural daylight cycles, reinforcing the argument that eliminating DST could simplify lives and improve overall health. Imagine waking up every day knowing your routines, sleep, meals, and work align seamlessly with your body's natural rhythm. That's what ending daylight savings could offer. Life there flows consistently throughout the year. People simply adapt to these seasonal changes in daylight naturally without the twice yearly shock. I found it is easier to maintain consistent patterns, sleep, meal times, and exercise routines. This personal comparison makes me question why we still cling to this outdated practice. In recent years, several US states have pushed to end DST or at least make it permanent. Europe has also been considering the idea of scrapping the seasonal time changes. The conversation is getting louder and growing louder, and for good reason. Ending daylight savings time doesn't mean losing the ability to enjoy long summer evenings. It just means choosing a stable time standard and sticking to it year around. From a public health perspective, stability could help improve sleep quality, metabolic health, and mental well being. It also could benefit those of us with sensitive gastrointestinal symptoms and systems, reducing the inflammatory flare-ups and digestive disturbances that come from a sudden routine changes. So in closing, daylight savings time is not merely an inconvenience. It's a practice that can have tangible negative impacts on our physiology and well-being. As someone who has experienced life without it and suffered through it with GI issues and sleep disruptions, I believe ending this outdated tradition could be a step toward better health for everyone. By choosing a stable time and sticking to it, we can align ourselves more closely with our natural biological rhythms, give our gut microbiome a fighting chance, and avoid the unnecessary mental and physical stress that comes twice a year. If you found this video informative, please give it a thumbs up, share it with friends, and consider subscribing for more science-backed discussions on gut and gastrointestinal health and wellness. Actually, you can check for yourself how daylight savings time impact your gut health by tracking your bowel movements. And here's some exciting news. We are launching the GI Health Copilot. This innovative tool empowers you to take control of your digestive health by providing personalized insights, helping you understand how lifestyle changes like DST affect your body. Sign up for the waitlist today and join us in advocating for healthier future without daylight savings time. Please sign up for the waitlist to get personalized insights into your gut and GI health. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one.